Welcome students to my video. I am Md Tanweer Alam from Oriental Public School. Today I am going to focus on the story My Childhood. First of all, I am giving the summary of the plot. The plot of My Childhood summarizes the famous biography Wings of Fire of the renowned Indian figure Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. My childhood story starts with a few instances describing Kalam's childhood. He had a long and tough journey till he became a famous scientist and consequently the missile man of India. The way Kalam has been brought up in a very simple family with high values, Kalam talks about his family, siblings, and friends who played an important role in reshaping his life and helping him become who he wanted to. Students, now we are coming to the summary of the story. My childhood summary revolves around APJ Abdul Kalam, who was born into a middle class Muslim family. Kalam had three brothers and one sister whom he shared and enjoyed his childhood with. His parents were kind-hearted and simple people with great moral values. Kalam spent his entire childhood and grew up living in his ancestral house. The father of APJ Abdul Kalam was a very hard working and simple person. His entire focus on and priorities were to fulfill the necessities of his family and provide them with a decent life. Kalam's parents were not educated and consequently not rich, but they had a heart of gold and high values of self-discipline and honesty. They always asked their children to follow their dreams and never forced their own decision on them. Despite being a part of a Muslim family, Kalam's family strongly believed and practiced secularism. They believed in the equality of all religions and never belittled anyone in any regards, as they were strictly against social inequality. The family happily enjoyed Hindu festivities and rituals. Also, as a child, Kalam heard a lot of stories of the Prophet as well as Raman from his grandmother and mother, which is sweet and clear evidence of the fact that the family had an open heart and mind regarding the nature of mankind. Childhood is incomplete without friends. This held in the case of Kalam too. Kalam had three close friends while growing up who had a great influence and positive impact in his life. They always supported and motivated each other to be better every day. All these friends were from different cultural backgrounds but blended well with each other. There was no trace of racism or discrimination but just love and brotherhood among them. While growing up, a lot of layers get added on in everyone's life, which includes layer of responsibilities, decisions, etc. The story prominently highlights an instance from Kalam's childhood when he was in his fifth grade. Kalam generally had a habit of wearing a cap which gave him a distinct Muslim look. Also, he liked to sit on the same bench with one of his classmates named Ramanand, whose father was a Hindu priest. As children, they both always felt happy sitting next to each other. However, there was a new teacher who showed sign of narrow-mindedness and therefore could not tolerate this beautiful bond. He made a deliberate attempt to shift Kalam to the backbench so that the two friends can no longer sit together. This instance broke the heart of Kalam and his friend Ramanand. Both the children informed their parents about the sad incident to which Ramanand's father came to meet their teacher and asked them to stop spreading communal hatred and social inequality. He even demanded an apology and warned in case if the teacher refuses, then he must quit. In response to this, the teacher quickly made an apology and reformed his behavior. There was another such instance from Kalam's childhood which never fails to touch the heart of the people. There was an occasion where Abdul was invited by his science teacher and invited him to come home for dinner. The wife of the science teacher was skeptical about her beliefs in religious segregation and was therefore reluctant to serve him food. The science teacher loved Kalam immensely and had no such beliefs regarding the difference in religions. Therefore, he decided to serve him dinner and sat beside him to eat his meal. His wife observed all this from standing behind the door. This melted her heart a little and gradually changed her. Hence, when Kalam was invited the second time, the wife of the science teacher served him with the meal, but from the kitchen. The science teacher was happy that his wife's thought process changed at least bit by bit. By the time the Second World War ended, Kalam had grown up and thus his upbringing came to an end. He went out for his further studies at Ramnathpuram upon receiving permission from his parents. Although he was one of the most lovable children of the family, at some point in life his parents had to be strong to let him go and live his dream. Students, now the conclusion of the story is that my childhood focuses on Kalam's determination and how his life changed while he undergoes different encounters in his childhood. A relationship of mentor and discipline is also portrayed beautifully in My Childhood by APJ Abdul Kalam. Here, the writer says by this conclusion that you may face so many difficulties, so many challenges if you want to change your social system and if you want to bring some changes in the life. Thanks. Have a nice day.